and Talk 3101. Welcome to Grady's Lady Tigers Pitch Complex and the final regular season home game of the season for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers as they host the Lady Panthers. I'm Charles Winicky. Thanks for tuning in to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. And we are about 15 minutes away from first pitch. It'll be senior day today. There's only one senior, Sydney Lessentine, playing her final regular season home game. Lady Tigers, they'll have a regular season or they'll have a playoff home game next Friday. I assume it will be next Friday night that they'll end up playing that home playoff game. But there'll be at least one more game here in Alamogordo for softball after this one this season. And then, of course, after next week, it'll be off to the state tournament and Cleveland High School for the first 2 days. And Lady Tigers are hoping they get a chance to play at the University of New Mexico this year. That means they would be playing in the championship series. But still a lot to be done before we get there. And the Lady Tigers want to lock down a district championship and can do so by winning the next 3 games. One here at home against Gadsden today. And then they'll play 2 on the road coming up on Friday to wrap up the regular season. Be the first district championship since Alamogordo has moved back into the Las Cruces district. They won a couple of districts in a row in the Santa Teresa, Deming, Chaparral districts. And if we probably go further back, there's been some district championships in there as well. But actually, I'm looking down here. Well, you know what? I've got my binoculars so I can look at the district championships sign there. It would be, let's see, 2015 prior to that. Yeah, so they won a district when I believe they were in the Clovis and Hobbs and Carlsbad district. That was 2015, I believe. Gosh, I'm trying to remember that now. It's been 10 years. That feels like it's been a while. But 2018 is the last district championship, and since they've moved back up to 5A, they're looking to lock that down. They've been very close the last few years in this district, and they can't clinch it today because if Gadsden were to win, I think the 2 games on Friday, Centennial could still pass Alamogordo, but you know, Alamo's 20-3. Gadsden is 3-20. I feel like it's pretty likely that Alamogordo has got the district championship. But you got to play the games, and you never know what'll end up happening. Beautiful day today. Not much wind to speak of this afternoon, and it's a little warm, but it should be this time of year. Better than having cold and windy and stuff like that. So we'll definitely take the warmer temperatures, but. We'll have tonight's broadcast. We'll have Tiger Baseball, the final broadcast of the season for them, coming up on Friday as they host Gadsden for a doubleheader. They're in Anthony tonight taking on the Panthers. Lots of other stuff going on throughout the day today for our area teams. We'll tell you about that during our pregame and get you ready for tonight's first pitch. Alamogordo and Gadsden is coming up in about 10 minutes. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Let's take a break, and we'll come right back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch pregame on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
There's lots of good reasons for a personal loan. Unexpected expenses, paying bills, or home projects. And good reasons to get your personal loan at our credit union. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. Apply online or in person. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
We belong to you. Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
This is Rachel from First National Bank. We offer business-focused accounts with loans to help your business grow, including SBA loans and construction loans. Smart tools, better banking solutions.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Don't miss the fairground sales starting Friday, May 3rd through Monday the 6th. OFCU has teamed up with Casa Auto Group to offer you a huge selection and discounted rates. For a limited time only, take advantage of rates as low as 5.99% APR and no payments for 90 days. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Hanging out here on this Tuesday afternoon, getting ready for the Alamogordo Lady Tiger Fast Pitch taking on Gadsden. Looks like we're about to hear starting lineups and national anthem coming up here in just a little while as well. Let's go ahead and get you the starting lineup for Gadsden. First off, we'll tell you they are 3-20 this year. Their wins this year have been over Chaparral. They beat Fabens and Santa Teresa in their wins. Inside of district, I think with the exception of one game this year, and the only one, surprisingly, against Centennial, but every other game has been a mercy rule game. So they've lost by 10 or more runs. And mind you, the other two games against Centennial, they lost 20-0 and 8-0, and they lost 9-0 or 18-0, lost 9-0 in that one. So, it's been a tough district season for Gadsden. There's no doubt about it. Alamogordo looking to finish off the season strong. Sydney Lessentine will pitch tonight, and her final regular season home appearance for the Lady Tigers. So it's definitely a special night. Looks like they have a table set up down there in celebration of her as well. So they're going to, I think, do something post-game behind the Alamogordo dugout, or they're going to move the table out of the field, one of the two, not sure which one. So Gadsden's lineup, Crystal Lucero will be the starting catcher and lead things off. Don't have catchers who lead off very often in the lineup. Connie Jean Heredia is the pitcher, and she bats second. Alyssa Lujan is the third baseman and bats in the number 3 spot. Cleanup hitter is Azriel Villa, and she is the shortstop, hitting fourth. Hitting fifth is Isabel Pinon. She wears number 5 and is the left fielder. Yayana Uranga is the first baseman, and she wears number 11. Chantal Ramirez is wearing number 16 and is the right fielder. Center fielder is Natalia Molina, and she is wearing number 6. And the second baseman is Danielle Calderon, and she is the second baseman. Lady Tiger lineup looks pretty similar to what it has most of the season. Amani Kosum leads things off and will play second base. Maylee Herrera is the center fielder. She wears number 10. Number 26, Sydney Lessentine pitching and hitting the number 3 spot, followed by Chloe Lunar, and she wears number 23 and is playing third base. The catcher is Haley Evans. She'll hit 5th. Alexis Rodriguez is the right fielder, and she will bat 6th. Alyssa Bautista is hitting the number 7 spot and playing at first base. The designated player is Davi Gonzalez. She wears number 24. Number 27 is Maddie Ruiz. She is the flex tonight and is playing left field. And the shortstop is Iceland Ortiz, and she is wearing number 15 and hitting in the number 9 spot. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers are coached by Charlene and Ronnie Reyes. Gadsden, meanwhile, is coached by Don Licht is their head coach. Anthony Palomares and Robert Pignon, assistants. And Coach Lunar and Coach Carroll, the assistants on the Alamogordo bench as well. So they're finishing up announcing the non-starters. Lady Tigers are in their black pinstripe uniforms with gold numerals, wide outlining. And Gadsden is in their gray uniforms with maroon numerals, wide outlining. And we are going to go ahead and take a break and come back and get you first pitch as we are ready for the national anthem. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Local Credit Union would like to send a huge congratulations to 2024 graduating class. Are you ready to take the next step towards a brighter future after graduation? Secure your dreams with our flexible and affordable graduation loans. Whether you're looking to pursue a higher education, start a business, or simply need financial assistance as you start a new chapter of life, we've got you covered. Visit Local Credit Union today. Member NCUA.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is AJ from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. We're ready for Lady Tiger Fast Pitch as they host Gadsden. We've told you the starting lineups, and I'm sure we'll remind you those as we head throughout tonight's or this evening's matchup. We'll probably be done before the sun goes down. It's just a single game today and a nice sunshiny day, not a cloud in the sky. Breeze is pleasant. It's not windy and unenjoyable, I guess would be the way to describe it. So here we go. It'll be Crystal Lucero to lead things off, hitting from the right-hand side for Gadsden, and Sydney Lessentine, the right-handed pitcher, getting ready for her senior night. And she steps up to the rubber, and we're ready to get this one underway. Lessentine winds and deals, and gets the first pitch in there for a called strike. And the Lady Tigers ahead in the count here, 0-1. Lessentine ready to go. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Looks like missed just a little bit high on that. Evens up the count at 1-1. Crowd starting to fill in, as they tend to do for 5 o'clock first pitches. It'll be a few more people here in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I would imagine. 1-1. Called strike as that pitch is moving in on Lucero, who has yet to take a swing at one of these pitches. Now it's down 1-2. Probably going to have to bring the bat off her shoulder here. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. So starting off strong is Lessentine, and there's one down here in the top of the first inning. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Number 7, Connie Jean Heredia will come to the plate for Gadsden. just the varsity games today, and Heredia stepped out of it. Something that the coach pointed out, or I should say the umpire pointed out to the coach. Not sure what it was. Here's a bunt attempt that's going to be fouled off to the screen, 0-1. So that was the quick delay. I think this is the same, at least the home plate umpire is the same umpire we had, one of them for last Friday night's games. Not sure if the first base umpire is the same one. I don't believe he is. The 0-1. Another bunt attempt, but not able to make contact, and Lessentine ahead in the count now, 0-2. Heredia steps back in, and Lessentine with the 0-2. And bunt is foul tipped, and because it is a foul, she is out. And we'll give Sydney the strikeout there. That's 2 down. So Lujan will come to the plate. Alyssa Lujan, the starting third baseman, to the plate. It was interesting. After last week, I hadn't seen somebody be called out on a bunt attempt. I can't remember how long, and now that's 2 in like 2 games. And the pitch down and maybe a bit in on Lujan, 1-0. Amazing how those things kind of show up in bunches. Then I won't see another one for a number of years, I'm probably sure. Probably happened up at the state tournament. Here's the 1-0. And that's a called strike as it hits the inside corner. Count evens up at 1-1. 2 down, base is empty. As Lessentine looking for a routine top half of the first. As the 1-1 is a swing and a miss. Falls out of the glove of Evans, but she grabs it up and tosses it back to Lessentine. So far, not much for the Alamogordo fielders to do, and they're okay with that. Lessentine lost the handle on the softball, tracks that down, and I'll take a look on her wrist sheet, get into her motion, and here's the 1-2. That's a called strike 3, and Lessentine puts them down in order in the top of the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. No score, and the Lady Tigers up to hit when we return. Kosum and Herrera and Lessentine when we come back.
Don't miss the fairground sale starting Friday, May 3rd through Monday the 6th. OSU's teamed up with Casa Auto Group to offer you a huge selection and discounted rates. For a limited time only, take advantage of rates as low as 5.99% APR and no payments for 90 days. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Monty Kosum to lead things off for the Lady Tigers in the bottom of the first inning. Kosum will hit from the left-hand side, at least to begin the at-bat. We'll see how it goes. It's been a while since she's finished off an at-bat at the left-hand batter's box. She usually moves over to the right-hand side at some point. And she's ready to go. Again, pitching for the Lady Panthers is Connie Jean Heredia. Showing bunt. Pitch is going to miss outside, and it's 1-0. Let's run through the Alamogordo lineup one more time for you. Amani Kosom leads things off, then Maylee Herrera and Sydney Lessentine. Chloe Lunar, Haley Evans, and Alexis Rodriguez hitting 4, 5, and 6. And 7, 8, 9 is Alyssa Bautista, Davi Gonzalez, and Iceland Ortiz. Swing and a miss on a pitch to Kosom, and the count evens up at 1-1. And the field for Gadsden is Crystal Lucero behind home plate. Yayana Uranga at first. Danielle Calderon at second. And here's a bunt, and I don't know if she bunted with, or did she catch that? Oh, okay, she caught it. Wait a minute. It was 1-1, so that is caught by the catcher, and there's one down. Home plate umpire was kind of in my way, and I couldn't see it. I thought she had hit that a little bit further up the line. Maylee Herrera up now. And this will go to the backstop. Counts 1-0. Rest of the infield for Gadsden. Third baseman is Alyssa Lujan. And Azriel Villa is the shortstop. Left fielder is Isabel Pinon. Center fielder Natalia Molina. Bunts, and that one's going to go foul for Herrera. And the count evens up at 1-1. Right fielder is Chantal Ramirez for the Lady Panthers. Nobody on, 1 out. And bottom of the first inning. A 1-1 count to Herrera. See if she's trying to bunt. She squares around, brings it back. And she does try to lay down a bunt. This time it goes foul. And 1-2 now. So Herrera will swing away. Here's the pitch from Heredia. Here's a pop-up that'll get back and out of play, 1-2. Heredia, at least from what we've seen so far, not really going to overpower you with her speed, but she just has some movement on her pitches, so it's going to have to be location. And so far, Lady Tigers haven't been able to notch a hit on her. That one misses way to the backstop and high. And the count evens up at 2-2. I think it'll be a little bit of a mix of that she has missed kind of wildly 2 or 3 times already. And that misses high and in. And Maylee has pulled the count full now, 3-2. Bottom of the first stands nobody on, no score. 1 down for the Lady Tigers. Heredia pitching from the right-hand side, left-handed hitting Maylee Herrera. And that one's going to go overhead to the backstop. And Herrera will head over to first base. They'll bring up Sydney Lessentine now, the lone senior on this Lady Tiger fast pitch team on senior night. Pretty hearty applause from the Lady Tiger fans. And Heredia taking a long look over towards her dugout. Now she's ready to pitch. Lessentine showing bunt, brings it back. And a steal, not even a slide for Herrera. She steps into the bag at second. So give Maylee a stolen base. And the pitch at the plate was called a ball, and the count is 1-0. Sid hit a grand slam in the first game of our doubleheader last Friday. Pitch is high and away, 2-0. I wonder if Maylee will think about trying to go to third. So Heredia not with a ton of velocity in her pitches. She might be able to get there. But I have no reason to really push that if you're Alamogordo. And Lessentine took a big hack at a Pitch that was probably going to come inside. 2-1. It fouls it off the first time, or fouls it off the third base line, I should say. One out, the base is empty, and a runner on second. Here's the pitch. Lessentine got a foul tip on it. Herrera started running towards third, thinking that maybe it was just a wild pitch, but count evens up at 2-2. And down and in, and it does get away this time, and Herrera will be able to advance to third on the wild pitch. And the count runs full now on Lessentine. Runner on third and one down. And the pitch. That's in the dirt and to the catcher, actually rolled behind Sid, and Lessentine will draw the bases on balls. See if we get a courtesy runner for her. Doesn't appear so. And Chloe Lennar will come to the plate. Again, I would anticipate Sid will probably be running here. She usually doesn't steal bases, but I would imagine she'll be doing it here. No. Pitch is outside. And the count is 1-0. Herrera at third. Lessentine at first. Lunar at the plate. Right-handed pitcher. Left-handed hitter. That's in there for a called strike. Counts 1-1. Looks like the pitch calls are coming from the dugout for Gadsden because Heredia, before she throws, continuously looks to the third base dugout. Pitch is above the belt, and the count is 2-1. Have yet to see a ball in play. Two walks, pop out. I guess that would be a ball in play, but it was a foul ball, so. Bit of a shift here from the Gadsden outfield. And Lunar pops this one high in the air to right field. Should be deep enough for Herrera to be able to tag up and score. Here comes the throw. Won't be in time. Lessentine will be able to advance to second. And so 1 run scores on the sac fly RBI from Lunar. 1-0 Alamogordo, and Haley Evans will come to the plate. Evans hitting from the right-hand side. Yeah, right before that happened, it actually worked out really well for Gadsden because they had shifted the center fielder, closer to right center field, and that's pretty much exactly where it was hit. I don't know who on the coaching staff figured that one, but there'd be a pull from the lefty as the first pitch is in for a strike for Evans, but made it a little bit easier for the center fielder to get to that and at least have a chance at making a play to home plate. And a swing and a miss from Evans as that pitch was away, and she's behind the count 0-2. Lessentine on second, and the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and she strikes out. Inning is over. Alamogordo leaves one on, scores a run, no hits, no Gadsden errors. 1-0 Lady Tigers as we go to the top of the second. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
There's lots of good reasons for a personal loan. Unexpected expenses, paying bills, or home projects. And good reasons to get your personal loan at our credit union. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. Apply online or in person. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
We belong to you.
If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers!
This is Rachel from First National Bank. We offer business-focused accounts with loans to help your business grow, including SBA loans and construction loans. Smart tools, better banking solutions.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Elmo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Lady Tigers and the Lady Panthers after one inning of play on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's Alamogordo 1 and Gadsden nothing. Lady Tigers went through the Panthers lineup in order in the top half, so it'll be 4, 5, and 6 here in the second inning as Azriel Villa leads things off, and first pitch will miss, a little outside. 1-0. So Villa, Pinon, and Uranga for Gadsden. As here comes the one and the pitch, and fouled off. Count evens up at 1-1. Lessentine struck out the side in the top half. The 1-1 pitch. Outside and high. 2-1. Lastentine ready to go, and the 2-1. Swing and a miss as Villa chased one up the ladder there. Count evens up at 2-2. Last week of the regular season for 4A and 5A softball this week. Single A, Double A, and Triple A play another week of the regular season. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. 4 now for Lessentine. So, final week of the regular season for Alamogordo softball. Brackets will be out on Sunday. Meanwhile, Mescalero Apache and Tularosa softball will play again next week. And a bunt attempt. Left it out there. Called strike. And the count is 0-1. Meanwhile, everybody in baseball wraps up this week. Here comes the 0-1. Brings the bunt back this time. Pitch was high. Count evens up at 1-1. Tennis has their district tournament this week. Final week of the regular season for golf. Their district tournament is next Monday. And track and fields, district for the small schools this week, single A through triple A. Showing bunt, but that one's a called strike right down the pipe. Counts 1-2. So within the last month of high school sports for the 2023-2024 school year. As here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Lessentine. 2 down. So We should get brackets for baseball, softball, and tennis coming up on Sunday. NMACT.org is where you're going to want to go for all that stuff. We'll be sure to post info for our area teams up on that on our Facebook, Alamo Sports and Talk, and at Charles Winicky on Twitter as well. Swing and a miss by Yayana Uranga. And the count is 0-1. Here comes the pitch from Lessentine. This is inside. Base is empty, 2 down, top of the second. First 5 retired by Lessentine. 1-1, a foul tip into the glove. And the count runs to 1-2. And here comes the pitch from Lessentine. Hit in the air to right field, but right at Alexis Rodriguez. She maybe had to move a step to her left and makes the play. And the inning is over. 6 up, 6 down for Gadsden through 2 innings of play. And we go to the bottom of the second as the Alamogordo Lady Tigers lead 1-0. Trying to get the bats going. They've got a couple of base runners, but still looking for their first hits. We'll be back after this.
Don't miss the fairground sales starting Friday, May 3rd through Monday the 6th. OSU's teamed up with Casa Auto Group to offer you a huge selection and discounted rates. For a limited time only, take advantage of rates as low as 5.99% APR and no payments for 90 days. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Alexis Rodriguez will lead things off for Alamogordo in the first or the bottom of the second. She'll watch a first pitch in there for a strike. And 0-1. Connie Jean Heredia pitching for Gadsden. And so far, a good start for her. I know she's given up a couple of walks and a run, but Lady Tiger hitters have yet to pick up a hit against her, and a swing and a miss, and the off-speed stuff has caused some problems in the last couple of at-bats for the Lady Tigers as Evans struck out, and now Rodriguez finds herself behind in the count 0-2. And again, a strikeout as that drop ball is the second strikeout by these Lady Tiger hitters. Alyssa Bautista will come to the plate, hitting from the left-hand side. And maybe it'll just be a timing thing for the Lady Tigers that they'll get things figured out as the game progresses. But so far, Gadsden's got to be pretty happy with this start. Bautista will foul this one off and out of play. And behind the count 0-1. By the way, it is Bautista, then Gonzalez due up for the Lady Tigers. Bautista hitting from the left-hand side. Heredia, the right-handed pitcher. The 0-1. Trying to hit that outside corner. Didn't get the call. 1-1. And the pitch. That'll miss, I think, a high on that. And the count full now, 2-1 to Batista. I think that's going to be the challenge for the Lady Tigers, to be patient in these at-bats, because there's not a lot of velocity, so it just feels like it's this big target for you to go out there and hit, but it's got good movement, and I think timing it up is the other tough part, and a ground ball to first, and that'll be an easy play for Uranga, who steps on the bag and 3 unassisted, and the Lady Tigers have 2 down. That'll bring up Davi Gonzalez now, also hitting from the left-hand side. So I think that shift in the outfield is just because of right-handed hitters versus left-handed hitters for Gadsden, having their right fielder further up the first base, closer to the first baseline. The center fielders shifted to the right, and there's a lot of room in left field if the Lady Tigers can go opposite field. This is hit high in the air and should be playable. It is going to be dropped, it looks like. Gonzalez will stand on the bag at first. It was the second baseman, I believe, that got back there to make a play on it. Calderon. So E4. And so Lady Tigers have a base runner, Iceland Ortiz. Try to get something started here with 2 outs for the Lady Tigers and a runner on first. But neither team really getting good contact on these pitches from Lesentine or Calderon. Or, I'm sorry, Heredia. Here's a bunt, and pretty good one there for Ortiz. Fielded by Heredia. She tossed to first, and the throw is off the mark. And Davi will round third and head to home. Ortiz will get caught between second and third. She will get back to the bag at second in time. And so the throwing error leads to another run coming in for Alamogordo. They lead 2-0. E1 on the error. Ortiz will be at second. And Alamogordo gets back to the top of the order with Amani Kosum coming to the plate, and she'll start off this at-bat from the right-hand side. So not Alamogordo coming away with hits. It's been errors in this inning. A dropped ball. It was not an easy play in shallow right field for the Gadsden second baseman, but certainly catchable. And here's a ground ball up the third base line, but it'll go foul. 1-0 to Kosum. And certainly the play for the pitcher, Heredia, was very reasonable for her to be able to make that and throw to first, but threw it in the dirt, and Oranga at first was unable to scoop it up. As here comes the 0-1. Bunts and fouled by Kosum. And she's behind in the count 0-2. Catcher Lucetto hands Kosum back her bat, and we're ready to go. Here's the 0-2. And another ground ball foul, and up the third base side, the count remains 0-2. It is 2-0 Alamogordo in the bottom of the second inning. A runner on second, the Lady Tigers trying to take advantage of a couple of Gadsden miscues. As here comes the 0-2. And this time it'll stay in play at third. And it is fielded cleanly. And they tried, well, didn't she have the ball in her hand, not in her glove, when she went to tag her? I guess she did. That was weird. I thought it was in her hand and she tagged her with her glove. It doesn't matter. So they tried to advance from second to third with Ortiz. And the third baseman just ran her down and tagged her out. And the inning is over. So the Lady Tigers leave 1 on. No hits, 2 Gadsden errors, and 1 run for the Lady Tigers. They lead 2-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We will return right after this here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Local Credit Union would like to send a huge congratulations to 2024 graduating class. Are you ready to take the next step towards a brighter future after graduation? Secure your dreams with our flexible and affordable graduation loans. Whether you're looking to pursue a higher education, start a business, or simply need financial assistance as you start a new chapter of life, we've got you covered. Visit Local Credit Union today. Member NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Chantel Ramirez leads things off in the top of the third for Gadsden. Alamogordo leads 2-0. And the first two pitches have missed, so it's 2-0 here to Ramirez. Lessentine continues in the circle for Alamogordo. That'll be in there for a called strike. Count heads now to 2-1. Down a bunt and fielded cleanly. Nice coverage there by Amani Kosum as she moves from second to first, and a good throw by Alyssa Bautista, and there's one down. So 3-4 on the putout. And it is Natalia Molina, the right-handed hitter, coming to the plate now. Fastball's right in there for a strike. Counts 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And chased one that was rising away from her. 0-2. One out and the base is empty as Molina settles back into the box. And here it comes. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. 8 up, 8 down for Gadsden. And the 6th strikeout of the afternoon for Lessentine. And to the plate now comes Danielle Calderon. The second baseman shows bunt, unable to make contact, and one was right down the middle of the plate. Counts 0-1. Lessentine ready to go, and here's the pitch. And again left the bat out there trying to bunt. And the count is 0-2. A few times here, the Gadsden hitters not, if you're not making contact and the pitch is out of the zone, got to bring the bat out, back in. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. So 3 up, 3 down again for Lessentine, and we go to the bottom of the third inning with Alamogordo leading 2-0. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is AJ from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Don't miss the fairground sales starting Friday, May 3rd through Monday the 6th. OFCU has teamed up with Casa Auto Group to offer you a huge selection and discounted rates. For a limited time only, take advantage of rates as low as 5.99% APR and no payments for 90 days. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Bottom of the third on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Alamogordo 2, Gadsden nothing. And the Lady Tigers back up to the plate. And Maylee Herrera, who walked and scored in the first, will come to the plate. She also has a stolen base this afternoon. And here's the pitch from Heredia. There's a pop-up, shallow left field, and that one is going to be missed by the left fielder. Heredia will make her way to second. I'll give her the double. That was maybe not the easiest play for the left fielder to make, Bignon. One of those where she had to charge, and you also had the shortstop trying to get out there as well. Never went off of her glove, so. And so Lessentine comes to the plate with a runner on second. High and away, it misses to her. Sid walked and eventually was stranded at second later in that first inning, which I think she got around to third. Herrera at second, and a 1-0 count here to Lessentine with nobody out. Here's the pitch. That'll miss inside and high. And 2-0. Heredia winds and deals. And Lessentine, boy, she waited as long as she could on that, and you can tell she wants to hit one of these pitches, but most of them have been out of the strike zone for her, and she fouls it off at the third base line. That was almost out in the, I think it was probably on the line of the left-hand batter's box, inside line of the left-hand batter's box, and at the letters. Just looking for one down the middle. You know, she kind of got one there, but just gets a piece of it into the backstop, and it's 2-2. And kudos to Connie Jean Heredia. She's really done well with her off-speed stuff and hasn't made it easy on these Lady Tiger hitters in terms of trying to find the timing correctly, as this one will roll to the backstop. 3-2. It allows Herrera to advance to third base. And another 3-2 here for Lessentine. Here's the pitch from Heredia. And Lessentine again went after one high and outside. She does get a piece of it, and she'll get another full count pitch to base here. Sid ready to go. And here comes the pitch from Heredia. That'll be in the dirt, and it bounces away from the catcher as well. And without a slide, Herrera is able to score on the wild pitch. And it's 3-0 Alamogordo. Second walk of the day for Sid. And I think we may see a courtesy here for the Lady Tigers. And, yeah, they're registering that with the home plate umpire. I don't know if that is Chamberlain or if that is Peyton Mersch. Yeah, it's Peyton Mersch. So she will run it first, and it will put Chloe Lunar at the plate. All right, ready to go as the umpire has adjusted his lineup card. Lennar shows bunt, brings it back, and then pops one up the first baseline. Diving attempt by the catcher, Lucetto, but unable to get there. Great effort from that young lady, and Chloe will get a reprieve there. That's kind of what it's been today. When the Lady Tigers have made contact, they have not been able to get any type of drive on these pitches against Heredia. And I don't know if it's the movement, the spin on the softball, what exactly, just not being able to make good contact on the right part of the bat because the pitches are moving around, or you're just not in the right part of your swing to be able to do it. But it's been kind of interesting to watch. Down and away, and you got a throw to first on a pickoff attempt by the catcher, Lucetto, as she had to get out of her stance to get to that. Mersch is back in time, though. Count is even at 1 here on Lennar. And it goes to show that if you don't have overpowering stuff, there's other things you can do to be a really good pitcher. In the dirt. And so far, Mersch has not been trying to steal as the count's 2-1 to Lennar. 1 run in each of the first 3 innings for the Lady Tigers. Still nobody out in this bottom of the third. And a 3-0 lead for Alamogordo. Lennar will tap the far side of the plate, put the bat on her shoulder now. Heredia. Righty into her motion. That's away and down. And 3-1 now to Lennar. I think this middle of the order, Evans and Rodriguez coming up, definitely have to show their patience. As we've seen a walk, 3 already in this game. This one popped up and a little drop. Boy, just about 4 or 5 feet left of the foul line of the third base side, and it's 3-2. And it might be something along those lines as well. The Lady Tigers just needing to kind of go with the pitch and not try to pull and power big swings on some of these offerings that they're getting from Heredia, and maybe that will bring the hits coming. But still, just 1 hit for the Lady Tigers. They do lead 3-0. It was errors in the second inning and walks in the first inning that led to the runs. Lennar will pop this one up, got under it, out of play. And the count will stay 3-2. A lot of pop-ups. Mersch at first having a conversation with Coach Lennar. As 3-2 again. That's high and away. And Mersch will move up to second on the walk to Chloe. So to bring up Haley Evans. Evans struck out. 2 strikeouts this afternoon for Heredia. And she'll hit from the right-hand side. Bottom of 3, if you're just tuning in, Alamogordo leads 3-0. Maylee Herrera scored on a sac fly RBI from Chloe Lennar. Davi Gonzalez scored on a Gadsden error in the second. And a wild pitch brought in Maylee Herrera. Bunt and fouled off up the third base line. And that might be the right strategy for the Lady Tigers. I would think with a bit slower velocity, putting down a good bunt, maybe a bit easier, and force the Gadsden defense to make some plays. They have, when the ball has been put in play so far, it's been a little sketchy for their defense. 1 shows bunt, brings it back, tried to put one down, and I guess she never made contact there, so it was a live ball, and Lady Tiger base runners were not back to the bag yet. Throw from Lucetto to Aranga over at first, and Lennar was able to get back to the bag in time, but there was definitely not a lot of time to be spared for her to get back there. It was close. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and the catcher loses control of it in the dirt, and the runners are able to advance. I guess because there were runners on first and second, Evans can't run to first on that play? I would think she should have been able to run. Huh. strike out again. One down in the inning now for the Lady Tigers, and Alexis Rodriguez, who struck out in her first at-bat, comes to the plate. And watch that one in there for a called strike on the outer half of the plate. Counts 0-1. Lady Tigers looking for their first multi-run inning in this game. As here comes the 0-1. That's inside. Count evens at 1-1. And this is hit high in the air, but foul by Rodriguez, and falls behind the count 1-2. Kind of hear from up here, Coach Ronnie Reyes preaching patience to his hitter at the plate. As here comes the 1-2. That's in the dirt, and that hits her. And Mersch was going to come in and score, but she heads back to third because it was a hit-by-pitch dead ball. We've seen a couple of times for Lady Tigers not reading the situation well. So those are things that they really need to have cleaned up before next week in more tense situations as the state tournament begins next week. As the pitch misses high and inside to Alyssa Bautista, who grounded out to first in her first at-bat. Is a line drive just off the tip of the glove of Uranga. It will allow 1 run to score, 2 runs will score, and a 2 RBI single from Alyssa Bautista. And the Lady Tigers have finally had a multi-run inning. They lead 5-0, 3 runs home in this bottom of the third. So Mersch scores, and so does Chloe Lunar. Rodriguez up to second on the play, and Davi Gonzalez, who reached on an error and eventually came around and scored to the plate, shows bunt and unable to keep it in play. She does make contact. Foul ball at the third base side, and the count's 0-1. Two hits, 2 walks, and a hit by a pitch in the inning, and throwing the 1 strikeout for the 1 out. Pitch misses high. Count is 1-1. And again, can kind of hear Coach Reyes from up here telling to stay, kind of wait for the pitch and then drive it once it gets a little bit closer to you. And this is a high pop-up that should get out of play. It does. And the count is 1-2. Coach Ray is trying to do some coaching there from the third base box and advises hitters on how to handle the difference in velocity that they're probably used to in most games. As I said, for the most part, it has worked really well for Heredia. This inning has kind of been the aberration. This one, a soft liner on the infield that should move the runners up. It does. As the shortstop, Azriel Vila, makes the throw to first. 6-3 on the putout. And Iceland Ortiz, who reached on an error her last time up. Curious to see if she tries to lay down another bunt here or if she's swinging away with 2 down. Ground ball to third. It is fielded cleanly. Toss on to first is in time. And the inning is over. 5-3 for the final out of the inning, but the Lady Tigers do grab a pair, and they lead 5-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Sydney Lessentine, first pitch is over for a strike. She's retired all 9 she's faced. She has struck out 7. And we're back to the top of the order here in the top of the 4th inning, as the count is 0-1 to Crystal Lucetto. She softly grounds one to second. Toss on to first is in time. Kosum kind of had to hurry there at the end as the speed of Lucetto nearly legged that out, but it's 4-3 on the putout. 1 down, and it brings up Connie Jean Heredia, the pitcher. Struck out her first time up. 5-0 Alamogordo as we sit here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As Lessentine winds and deals. Bunt laid down. It's a pretty good one here. Lessentine fields it cleanly, though. Toss on to first in time. I think if Heredia had a little bit more speed there, she might have made that a close play, but 1-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. It'll bring up Alyssa Lujan, but encouraging for Gadsden. They've put a couple of balls here in play in this inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss as Lessentine on that rise pitch up and in. Gets her to swing under at 0-1. Fouled off and back to the screen. Count goes 0-2. Ready to go. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. 8 strikeouts for Lessentine. 12 up, 12 down for Gadsden. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Alamogordo leads 5-0. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
There's lots of good reasons for a personal loan. Unexpected expenses, paying bills, or home projects. And good reasons to get your personal loan at our credit union. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. Apply online or in person. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
We belong to you.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
This is Rachel from First National Bank. We offer business-focused accounts with loans to help your business grow, including SBA loans and construction loans. Smart tools, better banking solutions.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. Pop up on the infield here for Amani Kosum, right to second, and there's a very quick first out in the bottom of the fourth inning for Alamogordo. And Lady Tigers still not finding an immense amount of success against Connie Jean Heredia, but did score 3 runs in the bottom of the third and never have felt out of control in this game because Sid obviously has pitched very well through 4 innings of work. Maylee Herrera showing bunts, and pitch bounced and like it probably caught the catcher off of her chest guard, and she kind of like she doubled over a little bit after that, or maybe it was just missing the softball caused the pause, but it looked like she was maybe in a bit of pain. Herrera and Lessentine also due up in the inning for the Lady Tigers. Maylee scored twice, been on base twice, walk and a double. And again, pitches low and away, and she's ahead in the count, 2-0. Lessentine has walked twice. Chloe Lunar, if one of these two get on, due up next, she's walked and has one of 3 Alamogordo RBIs. Tries to lay down a bunt, unable to make contact, and counts 2-1. Pitch is high and tried to kind of drop that into the strike zone. More of a some of these, I mean, are almost kind of in the lines of a slow pitch way that she's, kind of that high arc on some of these pitches. And she'll miss outside, and it's a walk. And I'll bring up Sydney Lessentine, as I mentioned, walked twice. Peyton Mersch came in as a courtesy runner and scored her run. Can all but guarantee that Maylee Herrera will be running early in this at-bat. Especially usually if Sid kind of shows bunt first, she doesn't. And she rips one fair up the third base line. Herrera will be able to get to third. The tag is not there in time. Lessentine advances to second on the play. And the Lady Tigers have second and third. And looks like Sid will stay out there and run this time. A courtesy runner for Alamogordo. Oh, take that back. Peyton is coming out to run. So we'll bring up Chloe Lunar. Now, if the Lady Tigers can put something together here in this bottom of the fourth, they can plate 5. They can go to the top of the 5th inning with an opportunity to end the game. But that's a long ways off, and I haven't seen the Lady Tigers have that kind of big inning yet in this game. As Chloe watches that one miss down and away. Sure to feel good for Sid. She finally got the timing right on one of those pitches and put it in play. As pitch misses high. 2-0 now to Chloe. Haley Evans in the on-deck circle for Alamogordo. Haley's another one I'm sure would like to have a good at-bat here and make something happen for the Lady Tigers to play. 2-0. And Lunar ground ball, and that'll get through for a base hit. It will score 1 run. Mersch will stop at third. And that was well done by Chloe. She just kind of went with the pitch and hit it hard on the ground to the left side of the infield. And give her second RBI of the day. Herrera scores. And it's first and third here for the Lady Tigers with still one down and Haley Evans, who has struck out twice, coming to the plate. 6-0 Alamogordo. And this is a ground ball squibbed up the first base line. Uranga will field it and step on the bag. The run will score, though, as Mersch will score on the 3 unassisted. Give an RBI to Evans, and there's 2 down. And it makes it 7-0 as Alexis Rodriguez, who reached on a hit by pitch her last time up, struck out in her other at-bat. Lunar moved up to second on the play. Alamus down and away. 1-0 here to Alexis. And the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Alyssa Bautista, who's got a 2 RBI single, is in the on-deck circle. She'd like a chance here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Lunar at second, 2 down, and a 1-1 count to the Lady Tiger right fielder. Heredia is ready to go in the circle. And here's the pitch. That misses high. 2-1. That one again will stay high. And the count is 3-1. Fouled off and back to the screen. And the count full now on Rodriguez, 3-2. 2 outs and runner on second. And Lunar can go on contact here with 2 down. Well, you saw that in the last inning maybe the last inning or the inning before. Not necessarily, as that pitch just misses high. And it's another walk. So it'll be first and second for the Lady Tigers, and Alyssa Bautista will come to the plate. Time is called. Not totally sure why. Yeah, I thought maybe we're going to get a pitch runner, but not the case. So we're ready to go now for Alyssa. And she'll take one on the arm for a hit by pitch. Okay, that's the change. So Davi Gonzalez will come out of the game for the designated player. And looks like the catcher is a little bit of discomfort. I don't think she got... This must have been from something earlier. I told you that she was in a little bit of discomfort after one of those that caught her either in the chest or kind of more in the stomach. And we'll see Misa Tran come out and attend to the Gadsden catcher, Crystal Lucetto. And so just kind of caught something maybe hard in the rib. They're undoing the chest protector at the moment. So let's go ahead and take a commercial break while they are checking her out, make sure that she's okay. Maddie Ruiz will come up to hit. She's the flex player and coming in for the DP. And so we will... take a break. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101 now.
Don't miss the fairground sales starting Friday, May 3rd through Monday the 6th. OSU's teamed up with Casa Auto Group to offer you a huge selection and discounted rates. For a limited time only, take advantage of rates as low as 5.99% APR and no payments for 90 days. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Maddie Ruiz watched the first pitch in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. And she gets her first at-bat of the day. Davi hit in the first two opportunities, this number 8 spot. That pitch misses a little bit high. Quick throw to third as Lunar really wasn't that far off the bag, but Lucero made an attempt over there. By the way, Lucero stayed in the game. Got some Gatorade, and so, like I said, something, I don't know, maybe if she just made a weird movement that caused her some pain, or if it was the softball hitting off her, who knows, but she has had to chase a little bit today, so sometimes getting out of that stance, to talk about any player on the field that takes the most punishment, it's going to be a catcher. 2-1. That's down and away, and it's 3-1 now. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him for Gadsden. Count is 3-1 for the Lady Tiger left fielder. A little bit of a wait here for Heredia. Now she's ready to go. And that misses high. And Ruiz will draw an RBI and a walk. That makes it 8-0. Chloe Lunar comes in and scores. And Iceland Ortiz, who is 0 for 2, reached on an error and has grounded out in her 2 tries. As the righty steps in. Outside it misses. And the count's 1-0. And she swung at the very first pitch in her first 2 at-bats, so I think patience has been preached very much to all the Lady Tiger hitters. As that one's in there for a called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. I think unless you get something you feel like you can really handle, make her 30 strikes here. 1-1. And softly hit to third, and the inning is over as the third baseman, Lujan, makes the grab. So another 3 runs for the Lady Tigers in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th with Alamogordo leading 8-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We go to the top of the 5th inning. And it's Alamogordo leading 8-0 over Gadsden. Swing and a miss by Azriel Villa who struck out earlier in the game. This is her second at-bat. Counts 0-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts for Sid. And it's been 12 up, 12 down through the first 4 innings for Gadsden. That is right down the middle at the knees. 0-2 the count. Lessentine has looked sharp, and the Gadsden hitters, they put a few in play, but nothing that's really threatened the Alamogordo hitters, and Lessentine powers past the strikeout. And first out of the inning, strikeout number 9. And it brings up Isabel Pinon. That's right in there for a strike. And the count is 0-1, showing bunt, but again, right at the knees and right down the middle. And that comes up and in on the hitter. She left the bat out there. It's one of those where she needed to kind of pull away for cover there and didn't. The 0-2. High and away it misses. And the count 1-2. One out, base is empty, top of 5, as Alamogordo leads 8-0. 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and the fourth for Alamogordo. Again, misses high, and Pinon lays off. Count evens up at 2-2. Called strike 3 as she hits the inside corner. And that'll be double-digit strikeouts now for Lessentine. As it'll bring up Yana Uranga. Swings and misses the first offering from Lessentine. Counts 0-1. As I mentioned, a lot of other stuff going on today. Alamogordo baseball down in Anthony, 7 o'clock start time for that game. Thule baseball taking on Lordsburg today. That one started at 3, probably over. I'll have to see if we got a final score on that one. Mescalero Apache and Capitan baseball facing off today for a doubleheader. Fouled off, back to the screen on that. Tularosa softball, big doubleheader against Mesilla Valley Christian today, 4 and 6 o'clock. And then Mescalero Apache facing Capitan in softball today. It's a single game. Here's the 0-2. That one, hitter. Well, that'll do it for the perfect game. And no hitter still intact. It's one of those questions I've never been, it looks like we're going to see a pinch runner. This is not a courtesy runner. Oranga is the first baseman. So they're going to bring in number 9 for Gadsden to come in and run. And that is Genesis Pedroza. That will run for Gadsden. And I would imagine Oranga will re-enter in the bottom of the 5th. And I think this is a pinch hitter here, as it is number 1, Avril Heredia. And shows bunt. And unable to make contact and count as 0-1. Fouled off and back to the screen. And the count's 0-2. It's kind of interesting. I didn't see them make that. Maybe they made the change earlier in the game and I missed out on that. was the right fielder, so there is a chance that she has already either had in the bat or they made the change maybe in the last inning defensively. Here comes the 0-2. And misses high as Heredia lays off. Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's right in there. Called strike 3. They'll throw out to second, but really no need to do so because that ends the inning. Lessentine does give up a base runner for the first time today and now has 11 strikeouts on the afternoon. 8-0 Lady Tigers. They can score 2 runs in the bottom half. They can finish out this game. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Local Credit Union would like to send a huge congratulations to 2024 graduating class. Are you ready to take the next step towards a brighter future after graduation? Secure your dreams with our flexible and affordable graduation loans. Whether you're looking to pursue a higher education, start a business, or simply need financial assistance as you start a new chapter of life, we've got you covered. Visit Local Credit Union today. Member NCUA.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is AJ from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. New pitcher here for Gadsden is number 10, Alyssa Lujan will move over from third. And Amani Kosum will come to the plate. And this will be a changeup. Watching Lujan pitch, she has more velocity on her pitches. So this is a change here for the Lady Tigers that they maybe can kind of adjust to what they're I would say normally used to seeing in terms of pitches coming their way. So we'll see if that matters at all. I don't know. So here's the one of the pitch. And Kosum hits it high in the air to left center field, and that is snagged out there in left center field. And I think that is still, well, no, that couldn't be, because Pignon's at third now, so that is, let's see, number 7. Now, Connie Jean Heredia is the left fielder now to make the play out there. And first pitch to Herrera will miss. And the count 1-0. And that came in. They're going to call that a foul ball as it came in on her and hit the bat, not her hands. Yeah, kind of my thoughts as well. That on the last inning where Sid gave up the hit by pitch, it looked like it hit her on the hands, but I guess it was not where her hands were at on the bat. And she's going to foul off the 1-1, and it's 1-2. Eight 0 Lady Tigers, bottom of 5. I said I was going to check the Tularosa baseball score, see if that's been posted. As here comes the 1-2. Fouled off and back to the screen. And Thule baseball winner of final score of 21-9 over Lordsburg today. So they remain unbeaten in district, and with that win, they've locked down the district championship. So congratulations to the Wildcats. This is a pop-up on the infield and an easy play over at second for Calderon, and there's 2 down. Now it's an 8-0 lead for the Lady Tigers, but the Alamo Bats have just not had a ton of success today. It's only 4 hits for the Lady Tigers. But 8 runs and 4 hits is okay. Sid with one of those hits, double. She's walked twice as well. And drop pitch will stay high. The count's 1-0. And looking for that outside corner. Does get the called strike. And the count evens up at 1-1. Lujan's definitely got a better fast pitch. And she rolled that in one right at the knees, and Lessentine is going to foul this one off out of play. Takes the count to 1-2. Base is empty, 2 down. Bottom 5, Alamogordo was maybe hoping to grab a couple runs and end this game in the bottom of the 5th, but tougher spot now with the first 2 popped out, and Lessentine watches that one miss high, 2-2. Good change of velocity from Lujan. She's really got, bring some velocity, and then the high pop-up to right field. Should be playable, and it is, and the inning's over. Lady Tigers go down in order in the bottom of the 5th inning, and we go to the top of the 6th with Alamogordo in front, 8-0. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Don't miss the fairground sale starting Friday, May 3rd through Monday the 6th. OSU's teamed up with Casa Auto Group to offer you a huge selection and discounted rates. For a limited time only, take advantage of rates as low as 5.99% APR and no payments for 90 days. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Financial literacy. Why is it important to teach kids to save? This is AJ with First National Bank. Learning to save at an early age helps train children to become reliable about savings and become financially responsible as adults. First National Bank wants to help you inspire your kids to save by creating good habits early with our Learning to Save program. Parents can use this fun strategy to help encourage children to save and connect with them about financial responsibility. We're here to help with your financial questions at any age. Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. As the Lady Tigers lead 8-0, top of the 6th. And first pitch is swing and a miss. And Lessentine continues her strong effort today. And the second one a swing and a miss as well for Natalia Molina. And there is an 0-2 count now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. 11 strikeouts now for Lessentine. Well, I guess I was wrong on the count. 1-2. Fouled off and back to the screen. And the count remains 1-2. See if I'm able to keep this strikeout on my score sheet or not, since I have the count wrong. 1-2. There we go. There's a strikeout. Okay. I still get to keep that on there. All right, one down here in the top of the 6th inning. And Danielle Calderon will come to the plate. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Well, I guess I should say a swing. Trying to apply the bunt and unable to make contact for Danielle Calderon. Struck out her first time up. And she does make contact here. That is going to be a fair ball. Toss on to first by Lunar, who's ready to get there on the play. And 5-3 on the putout. 2 down. Crystal Lucero will come to the plate now. 0 for 2, I should say. A ground out and a strikeout. Here's the pitch from Sid. Bunt is popped up and out of play, 0-1. And a bunt again, and pretty much the same result as it's fouled off directly behind home plate. And now 0-2 here to Lucero. And the pitch. And that one is going to miss, and the count's 1-2. Ground ball, and that'll sneak through just past the glove, and that is a base hit. First hit surrendered by Lessentine today. And that was, Monty made a really good effort to get over there and just get the tip of her glove on it, but hard hit ground ball in between first and second. And we're going to see a new hitter here for Gadsden is number 13 into the game now, and is Emma Martinez. So she'll get a chance to hit. And tried to apply the bunt. Unable to make contact, and the count's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and now 0-2. And they try to steal, and she gets tagged out. Good throw there by Haley Evans, and the inning is over. Wasn't even a slide attempt there by the runner. And so we go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains 8-0. Alamogordo in front of Gadsden. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
There's lots of good reasons for a personal loan. Unexpected expenses, paying bills, or home projects. And good reasons to get your personal loan at our credit union. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. Apply online or in person. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
We belong to you.
If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers!
This is Rachel from First National Bank. We offer business-focused accounts with loans to help your business grow, including SBA loans and construction loans. Smart tools, better banking solutions.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Chloe Lunar leads off with a double, just slashed one on the ground to left field, went all the way out to the wall. And that is her second hit of the day. She's been on all 4 times that she's gone to the plate. And Haley Evans steps up. She's got an RBI and a ground out, a couple of strikeouts, is 0 for 3. And looking for the outside corner and just missing is Lujan, who continues her in her second inning of work. And here's the 1-0. Ground ball and hard hit foul and right through the legs of Coach Ronnie Reyes, who I think he's laughing over there. For a second, he was kind of bowled over on his knees, so I wasn't sure if it hit off his ankle or not, but he's okay. I think he's just thankful that that did not hit his ankle. That would have been a big ouch. Into that outside corner, gets the called strike, and it's 1-2. And this one hit in the air to straightaway center field. This may end it. Now it stays in the field, so Lunar will score as it goes off the wall, and Evans will go to second base after the double, but very nearly sent it over the center field fence. Give another RBI to Haley Evans. And the Lady Tigers are one hit away from closing this one out in the bottom of the 6th. As Alexis Rodriguez looking for her first hit of the day. She's been on twice, a walk and a hit by pitch, and has also struck out. That's right in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. First time in this game, really seen some, I take that back. They got a couple of hard hit balls off of Heredia earlier, but had a bit more success in this inning. That's right in there for a strike as well, and it's 0-2. And a bit more success here against Lujan. A couple of extra base hits. As Rodriguez waits the 0-2. That one will miss above the belt. And the count evens up at 1-2. Base hit could end this game. That's low and away. Just misses, and the count evens up at 2-2. One out, runner on second. Now, actually, nobody out. Ground ball to short, and that's right through the legs of the shortstop. And it's not going to allow Evans to get any further, but that's got to be an E6. And so runners in the corners here for the Lady Tigers, and now don't need a hit to finish up this game as Bautista comes to the plate. Deep fly ball could finish it. Wild pitch could finish it. A lot of different things here now. Ground ball to the right side. Gadsden's not playing their infield in, which is kind of weird, knowing that the game would be over on a ground ball to the right or left side there. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they're not doing that, knowing the situation, but the 0-1. Ground ball and foul up the first base line, 0-2. Evans at third, and Rodriguez at first. 0-2 misses away. And the count 1-2 to the left-handing hitting Bautista. Bautista gets a piece of one back to the screen, and it keeps the count 1-2. Lady Tigers lead 9-0, bottom of 6, and 10-run rule would go into effect if one run scores, and with nobody out and a runner on third, Lady Tigers in prime opportunity to do so. As here comes the 1-2 to Bautista, and she lifts this in the air. Will it get down? It does. That is a fair ball, and that should be the ball game. As it's 10-0, and they call it. So there it is. That is the ball game. Lady Tigers winners on an RBI single from Alyssa Bautista as they win it 10-0. Evans scores on the play. We'll come back and wrap this one up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Stay with us. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.